In a beautiful village, two sisters lived with two different hearts. One sister was kind and generous, even though she faced many difficulties. The other sister had a lot of wealth, but she was trapped by greed. One day, an old miller came into their lives with a mysterious gift. A gift that showed them true wealth is not in gold or money, but in a kind heart. Watch this beautiful story until the end to discover the power of kindness, blessings, and the choices these two sisters made. Long ago, in a beautiful village called Green Valley, two sisters lived there. Names were Layla and Sarah. Layla was the older sister. She lived with her sick husband and her little daughter. Her family was poor, so every morning she walked to Saha's house to work. She cleaned the yard, cooked in the kitchen, and worked in the garden. She worked hard every day to help her family. Sarah was married to a rich merchant. She had a big house, beautiful clothes, and many bags of wheat. But she was not kind. She kept the best food for herself and gave only leftovers to Layla. Even then, Layla never complained. She always smiled, thanked her sister, and quietly returned home. One evening, while Layla was walking home, heavy rain began to fall. She quickly entered an old windmill to stay dry. Inside the mill, she saw an old man carrying a heavy bag of flour. Layla immediately helped him. Then she noticed that the roof was broken. Rain was falling inside the mill, so she found some pieces of wood and repaired the roof. The old man smiled and said, "My daughter, many people help only when they want something back. But you helped me with a kind heart." He was the old miller of the village. Before Layla left, he gave her a small bag of wheat seeds. He said, "Plant these seeds, but never let greed enter your heart." The next morning, Layla planted the seeds in her yard. A few weeks later, beautiful golden wheat began to grow. Every time she harvested the wheat, fresh wheat grew again. Her family always had enough food. Layla shared her wheat with poor neighbors and hungry families. Soon her life became happier and everyone respected her kindness. One day, Sarah heard about the wonderful wheat. She asked Layla, "What is your secret?" Layla honestly told her everything about the old miller and the special seeds. Saha listened carefully, but she did not want to help others. She only wanted more wealth. The next day, Saha went to the old windmill. She pretended to be kind. She helped the old miller for a short time and then said, "Now give me my gift." The old miller quietly handed her a few wheat seeds and said, "Plant these seeds, but share your first harvest with other people on the same day." Sarah smiled, but she secretly decided to keep everything for herself. She planted the seeds and soon, golden wheat filled her field. She harvested every grain and locked it inside her storehouse. She shared nothing with anyone. The next morning, Saha opened the storehouse door. She was shocked. The beautiful golden wheat had become dark and dry. Some of her other food had spoiled too. Just then, the old miller appeared. He looked at her and said, "Blessings stay where kindness and sharing live. But where greed lives, blessings slowly disappear." Sarah felt ashamed. She realized that greed had destroyed her gift. She went to Layla's house and said, "I am sorry. Please forgive." Layla smiled warmly and forgave her. She said, "True wealth is valuable only when it brings happiness to other people." From that day on, the two sisters lived together with kindness and love. Layla continued helping everyone around her, and Saha learned to share what she had. The people of Green Valley respected both sisters, and the old miller smiled because they had learned the greatest lesson of all: moral kindness is like a seed. The more you plant it, the more it grows. Greed can destroy even the greatest gifts, but a kind heart will always receive true blessings.